How to fix high ping issues in esports FC26. Welcome back to Teknobalta. Today, our technical team is tackling one of the most frustrating problems currently plaguing the competitive scene in EA Sports FC26. We are diving deep into the high ping and severe latency issues that persist even after recent network server updates. During our investigation, Teknobalta's analysis revealed that many players on high-speed fiber connections are still experiencing frustrating delays of 60 to 70 milliseconds. This is completely unacceptable for competitive gameplay, especially when single-digit latency is technically achievable. We have rigorously tested every possible fix and compiled this definitive technical troubleshooting guide. Our testing showed that ping times above 50 milliseconds are not normal, and with the correct configurations, achieving as low as 4 milliseconds is entirely possible. Follow our comprehensive step-by-step diagnostic process to eliminate network bottlenecks and restore your competitive edge. Let us begin optimizing your connection immediately. The absolute most critical factor we discovered is a widespread internet service provider routing problem. Despite new local servers opening recently, our diagnostics confirm that many ISPs are incorrectly diverting traffic away from the optimal data centers. This routing mismanagement is the primary culprit behind the artificial inflation of your in-game ping. To combat this, Teknobalta highly recommends participating in community-driven feedback campaigns targeting major internet providers. There are ongoing petition initiatives designed to force ISPs to correct these poor routing tables and connect players directly to the closest servers. Generating automated reports to your provider is a proven method to escalate this infrastructure issue. Moving on to local hardware configurations, you must immediately discard any wireless connections. Wi-Fi introduces inherent packet loss and signal interference that drastically degrades the gameplay experience in fast-paced sports titles. We confirmed that switching to a high-quality Cat6 or Cat6A Ethernet cable provides an immediate baseline stabilization for your latency. Next, Teknobalta's network engineers recommend overriding your default ISP domain name system servers. Default DNS servers are often congested, causing slower initial handshakes with EA backend services. Switch your primary and secondary DNS to globally optimized public alternatives like Cloudflare or Google to ensure the fastest possible route resolution. After changing your DNS, it is mandatory to flush your local DNS cache to clear out outdated routing information. Open your command prompt as an administrator and execute the command to clear the resolver cache. This forces your system to establish fresh, direct pathways to the game servers upon your next login. Our advanced diagnostics isolated specific ports that EA Sports FC26 requires for seamless peer-to-peer and server-client communication. You must log into your router's administrative panel and configure port forwarding for the exact TCP and UDP ranges specified by Electronic Arts. Opening these designated pathways eliminates strict NAT-type restrictions and prevents packet queuing delays. If you share your home network with other users or devices, implementing quality of service rules on your router is non-negotiable. Teknobalta's testing verified that enabling Co-S and setting your gaming computer or console as the highest priority device prevents bandwidth starvation. This ensures that someone else streaming a movie will not cause random ping spikes during your critical matches. In tandem with port forwarding, you should inspect your router's universal plug and play settings. While UPnP can automatically manage port assignments, our team found that it sometimes conflicts with manual forwarding rules. We recommend temporarily disabling UPnP if you have already set static ports to prevent your router from creating redundant and conflicting network rules. Outdated network adapter drivers are a silent killer for low-latency gaming. We discovered that standard Windows Update repositories often lack the most optimized, manufacturer-specific driver packages. Navigate directly to your motherboard or network card manufacturer's website and install the absolute latest Ethernet controller drivers. Within your network adapter properties, you must disable any power-saving protocols immediately. Features like energy-efficient Ethernet or green Ethernet intentionally throttle network power during brief idle moments. This micro-throttling creates tiny delays when traffic suddenly spikes, which translates directly to input lag on the virtual pitch. Teknobalta's performance analysts also suggest modifying the Windows Receive Window Auto-Tuning level. This hidden operating system feature dynamically adjusts buffer sizes, but it can sometimes miscalculate and choke fast-paced gaming packets. Disabling this feature via an elevated command prompt can occasionally stabilize erratic ping fluctuations in sensitive real-time applications. Another critical Windows setting involves the hidden bandwidth limit reserved for background operating system tasks. By default, the Group Policy Editor reserves a percentage of your total connection for diagnostic data and background updates. You should access the Group Policy settings and reduce this reservable bandwidth limit strictly to 0%. If your ISP refuses to fix their routing issues, our team successfully tested using a dedicated gaming private network. A high-quality GPN bypasses your ISP's faulty routing tables by tunneling your connection directly to the game's data center. This can effectively force your traffic onto the optimal path and drastically lower your ping. Background applications are notorious for quietly consuming valuable bandwidth. Teknobalta strongly advises completely disabling Windows Update Delivery Optimization, which turns your system into a node that uploads updates to other computers on the internet. Shutting this down instantly reclaims your upload bandwidth and stabilizes your outbound packets. During our extensive troubleshooting, we noticed that the modern Internet Protocol version 6 can sometimes cause routing confusion with older game server infrastructure. Access your network adapter settings and uncheck the box for IP6 to force your system to use the highly stable, traditional IP4 standard. This simple toggle has resolved numerous connectivity anomalies during our tests. If you are still experiencing abnormal latency, your machine's core network stack may be deeply corrupted. Teknobalta recommends performing a complete TCP/IP reset through the administrator command prompt. This completely rebuilds your network stack from scratch, eliminating any deeply embedded software conflicts that might be delaying your data transmission. Never overlook your physical routing hardware, as outdated router firmware can introduce devastating processing delays. Check your router manufacturer's portal and flash the newest available firmware version to ensure the internal processor handles high-speed gaming traffic efficiently. A factory reset following the firmware update is also a highly recommended best practice for absolute stability. Bufferbloat is a phenomenon where your router's packet queues become too large, resulting in massive latency spikes when your connection is under heavy load. We suggest running an online bufferbloat test to analyze how your hardware manages traffic congestion. If you score poorly, you may need to upgrade to a gaming-centric router that features specialized smart queue management technology. Corrupted temporary files within the official game launcher can also interfere with server authentication and matchmaking efficiency. Navigate to the application settings within the EA app and execute the built-in cache clearing tool. This forces the launcher to download fresh server manifests and can occasionally improve your initial connection handshake to the matchmaking servers. Finally, you must continually monitor your network environment using specialized diagnostic software to ensure these fixes remain permanent. Teknobalta advises running continuous ping tests to reliable servers in the background while playing to log any anomalous routing drops. By maintaining strict control over your network environment, you can ensure a flawless and highly competitive gameplay experience. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.